Today we've got 10 affordable summer scents that smell a lot more expensive than they actually are. So if you're on a budget, you're wanting to save some money where you can, and you still want to smell relatively premium, you want to have some options that do give you a more expensive feeling or kind of a luxurious smell just without actually having to pay that much, these are going to be 7 fantastic choices for you. And the only way these are affordable is if you purchase them through discounters. Going retail is definitely not going to set you off on the right foot there. So hit the links down below, shop at discounters, any of your favorite ones, all the major big, discounters that you know and have heard of will be carrying these for good prices. Now this first one is right around $25, $20, $25, something like that. It's a brand that is known for having a lot of very affordable scents. Pretty much all of them are summer scents as well. And this brand in particular kind of does have a special place in my heart. From Tommy Bahama, this is St. Kitts. So in all fairness, you could have selected a few different options. St. Barths is another one of my favorites, but this one is kind of the one I wanted to choose because of the star fruit, the driftwood, the musk, some of the other citrus going on in here, the watery notes. It gives off a little bit of a tropical feeling. The star fruit is very unique. The driftwood gives off kind of a musky, semi-sweet woodiness as well. It's a note that's been used in quite a few scents, and they all kind of use it in a similar way, and it sounds kind of weird, driftwood, but you actually can pick up on it if you've smelled it in a few things, and it is a very distinct kind of soft woody accord. And that driftwood in particular, along with the star fruit, is what I'm really focusing on here because that's what's giving it a little bit more of that classy, upscale smell. The driftwood especially gives it a bit of an edge, makes it a little bit more grown up. It kind of takes away some of the playfulness out of an otherwise pretty easygoing scent. Another scent you could look into if you wanted to spend some pretty serious money is something like Tom Ford Costa Azura. They have that in both the private blend, and now they have it over in the signature line where it's a little bit more affordable, but it uses driftwood heavily, and that's the perfect example of it. That's a marine scent that smells very elegant, great stuff, but this is going to be something that's significantly more affordable. Now this next one is Jimmy Choo Man Ice. I think $35, somewhere around in the mid $30 range is what you can get this one for. 100 ml, you can get testers with cap, just like this one, sticker on the back, tester, not a bad price. And really the best way to describe this one, if you haven't heard of it, is it smells like Dior Homme Cologne, but significantly more affordable. That Dior is, well over $100 even at discounters, and it's something that does have great quality and is unique. It was kind of the originator of this smell in particular. However, the price to performance ratio is not the best, and that is a pretty serious factor for a lot of people. And so if you're not wanting to spend that much money on that, you want an alternative, this would be one of the better ones out there. There's been a few over the years, some of which have been discontinued. You probably saw right there, the atomizer is fantastic on this, especially at this price point. Just another little added bonus, but it really smells fantastic. It's kind of sugary and citrusy, bright, effervescent, with a hint of a kind of sweetness, and that's kind of where the sugary sweetness comes in. This one is amazing for the summer heat. It smells just easygoing. It smells relaxing. There's something about this DNA in particular that is very special and works amazingly well in the super high heat. Now this next one, right around the same price, maybe a bit less. I think I've seen it $29, maybe $30. It's been featured in quite a few of my summer videos, and it's one that you might not normally think about because it's not from a huge designer brand that is being hyped up all the time. It's Pepe Cocktail. So cool bottle on this one, nice little gradient, and it smells really, really nice. It's got grapefruit, yuzu, ginger, and some woods going on, just general woody notes. So it's a little bit bright, has a little bit of a spicy kick off the top. The grapefruit in here is impressive. It's very well done, very realistic as well. And so if you are a true citrus fragrance lover and you like them realistic, when you're saying you want a grapefruit scent that actually smells like it, this would be one to look into. And, you know, what I'm going to say now pretty much applies to everything in this video, but if this was 80, 90 bucks, I wouldn't be nearly as excited about it. But the fact that you can get this one for basically $29, $30 makes it a great scent. You really cannot go wrong with this one. It's super likable. Everyone's going to enjoy it. It's easy to wear. It's a nice one to have. And this next one is another one that's been talked about a million times on my channel because I really, truly do stand behind it. A lot of you guys probably have picked it up at this point. It's been around since 2015, nothing new here at all. And it's 100 mil, $44. It's kind of where it's sitting at right now. Generally, this time of year, it does sell out, but then it comes back. So it's one that you can get pretty easily from Rasasi. It's House. And man, is it good. Now, this is going to be a playful one for sure. It's a little bit more of a youthful type of scent. You know, has a little bit of that bubblegummy sweetness, whatever. But I think it's amazing, and it's one of the best in this category for sure. Now, it's got plum, it's got watery notes, some bergamot in here, ambroxan, or maybe ambergris is what they list off, one of the two, but it's ambroxan. It's kind of a blue fragrance thing, but it's much more fruity. And again, it's that Invictus Aqua DNA, and you probably know that first. That's essentially what this is. And I think it's great for the price. You know, I mean, Invictus Aqua, both versions are discontinued now, but even when they were in production at discounters, it was still about double the price of this. So this is something that you can still purchase, and that's significantly more affordable and just is, frankly, probably the better option anyway. I love Invictus Aqua 2016. The 2018 version was good, but this is great. That plum is super unique. Nice sweet fruitiness going on with a whole bunch of citrus as well. It's a little bit aquatic, has a very minor bit of a sea saltiness, and that could be from the watery notes that they're using here, those accords and some of the ambergris. But it's really well done, especially at this price point. It smells more expensive than it is for sure. Okay, this next one, I believe upper 30s, lower 40s, something like that. Carolina Herrera Chic for him, or for men, one of the two. This is going to be one of the more affordable ones from Carolina Herrera. You know, you take a look at a lot of their other offerings, and they're kind of in the mid to upper range of designer pricing, but this one's on the more low end of things. Interesting note breakdown, being that it has watermelon, but then also some pepper, some black pepper, some cinnamon, some cardamom, some sandalwood or woods going on in here. It's interesting, and it probably doesn't sound like too much of a summer scent either. But for me, it is a summer evening one, 100%. I think it is perfect for that scenario. And it's because of the fruitiness that this one gives off. It's fruity, spicy, a little bit warm, a little bit sweet, but not too crazy to where all of a sudden it's a winter scent. I think it's great for when the temperatures are just starting to drop below that scorching hot temperature, and really more so it's just about the sun going down. Even in summertime, in July, August, when the sun goes down and it gets a little bit late and the humidity drops, there are times where it can get a little bit chilly, especially if you're driving, moving, boating, whatever. And so, you know, you can kind of start to experiment with some things that have a little bit more substance to them, and this is one of them. Regardless, it smells expensive, and I think the name Chic is perfect for this one. It does have a bit of a classiness and a bit of an elegance. It's just a different style overall, which I really respect. I think it's underrated. You don't hear a ton about it. Think Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct, but more classy and more elegant. Okay, this next one is, I think, $35. A lot of scents from this brand fall into this category here, this price category. John Varvatos Artisan Blue, one of my favorite summer offerings from them. It's got basil, bergamot, pine, lavender, a lot of green notes, even though the name and the bottle is blue. So it's more of a green scent than anything. And I really like it. It's unique. You know, it's kind of a different take on a summer scent, being that it's focusing heavily on the aromatics and the green notes rather than citruses and aquatic notes and fruits and things like that. It's just a different style, different genre. But what that does also give you is, again, more of a classy wearing experience, something that you can wear dressed up a little bit more, or if you wanted to wear it super casually in a t-shirt and shorts, you can do that too. But one area that this one does shine in is its quality, especially when we compare it to the price. The quality to price ratio is very good, and you can say that about pretty much all of the John Varvatos scents. Performance to price ratio is a different story. It's not a super strong performer, but it makes up for it in all those other aspects, the uniqueness, the quality, and versatility. And you can spray it on heavily, you can reapply it. I think it's one worth checking out, and it does smell premium. Believe this last one comes in right at about $37. It is a Lattafa Mahir Legacy, so we're going for a clone brand and a clone. And this is going to be a clone of Parfums de Marly Sedley, which is fantastic for summer. It's one of my favorite summer offerings from that brand, but it's expensive. Not everyone wants to pay, $180, $200 or more at retail for that one. And if you don't, you can get this for less than $40. And it's really good. I purchased this one, of course, blindly, and I had no idea anything about it going into it. I just knew that it was something new that popped up on Fragrance By, and I wanted to check it out. I'm a fan of Lattafa. They put out some great products. I got it in, I tried it, and as soon as I smelled it, I'm like, yeah, that smells like Parfums de Marly Sedley. Kept wearing it, kept smelling it, going back and forth, went over to my bottle, tried them side by side, and I'm like, yeah, that's a Sedley clone. That's awesome. I didn't know what it was going to be. And so that tells you that this is very close because I was able to pick up on it right away. Sometimes there are clones that don't get that close, but they're in a similar ballpark, and I smell it for the first time not knowing anything about it, and I'm kind of left scratching my head because it's like, okay, this reminds me of something, but I can't think of what it is, and that feeling drives me insane. I'm sure you guys can relate as well, but that's not the case here. So if you want an affordable alternative to Sedley, whether you already have Sedley or not, even if you already have it, you can use this as something that you wear every day, all the time, or before you go swimming or something where you don't want to wear your real thing and waste it. There are options for that. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for me. 7 affordable summer scents that smell much more expensive than they are. Remember, I'll drop links to these down below so you can get them at actual affordable prices. And I also want to make you aware of a couple services that I have. It's a mailing list and a texting list. You can sign up to both of those if you hit the link down below and you send a text to the number down below. What I'm doing is I'm searching for the best fragrance deals ever on a daily basis. And a lot of that consists of rare, discontinued, and hard to find items, Dior Homme Parfum, La Nuit, Bleu Electrique, and things like that are just sold out all the time. You would be surprised, but those actually do pop up with some sort of regularity often. The problem is they sell so quick that you might be at work, you might be doing something important, they come into stock and they sell out and you just don't know it, you didn't see it, and you just are thinking to yourself, these are never in stock, but that's not true. They pop up every now and then. And if you get on those lists, each time that happens, I will send a notification and you will be able to get yours before they sell out again. Same thing, I'll notify you of any random 48-hour sales that come up or big fragrance sales, whatever. So hit the first link down below, sign up to the mailing list, send any text to the number down below and get opted in there as well. And that one will send you a notification straight to the home screen on your phone. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.